We are Ben and Rebecca of Outliers Overland, and welcome to the summer of 2020 in Alaska. Coming up in this video, we start an overland journey to the top of North America on Alaska's Dalton Highway. An absolutely stunning bridge takes us across the Yukon River. We drive far enough north and reach the Arctic Circle. Oh, this is not good at all. That thing is pegged hot. And as it turns out, I did not fix our engine temperature problem. Well, this is it. We are leaving for the Arctic after being laid up in Fairbanks, waiting on a part for a week. It feels good. Truck feels good. If I'd put the emergency brake all the way down, it'd feel even better. Yeah, I'm excited. This stretch of highway is one that Rebecca and I have never driven together. So there's a handful of them left in the state, but this is probably the grandest adventure that we have left in Alaska.
Well, that's a goodbye to Fairbanks. You would think that we're getting on the Dalton Highway right now, but you would be wrong. We actually have about 85 miles to go up the Steese and then the Elliott Highway. So we've got a little bit of a drive ahead of us before we even make it to the Dalton is then officially the Haul Road, right?
Yep.
There you go. The Dalton and the Haul Road are one in the same.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world. Good world going bad.
Sure what happened, but the silverware drawer is not doing so well already. Found this on the floor. I kind of already forgot how bumpy all of those frost heaves were, but I'm realizing looking around back here, we definitely bounced around a bit. I even found toilet paper on the floor.
Since we have about 800 miles of dirt road ahead of us, we're going to take a little bit of air off of the front tires only. All the weight is in the back, and those tires are mighty stressed, but the front, it does a lot for the ride quality.
Alright, I whipped up some sandwiches, threw some carrots and oranges in the bag. I'm not going to lie, there's some cookies in there too. So we're ready for lunch whenever the mood strikes us.
Okay, I cannot lie. I have been watching that temperature gauge after replacing those two sending units like a hawk, and knock on wood, so far so good. You know, the gauge moves, the fan comes on, the gauge drops. That's kind of the way it's supposed to work. But now it's time to get back on the road and head north on the Dalton Highway.
This trip presented an opportunity for us to find a newness in a more or less familiar state, to witness unique mountains and landscapes unlike any others in the Alaska we had thus far explored, and was a true joy to experience. You instantly gain the sense of the grandeur of the Arctic region, the vastness, the unique qualities of the boreal zone of North America. One of 5 boreal forests which wrap around the entire globe at these higher latitudes and divide the tundra to the north from the temperate regions to the south. The boreal forest exists in the taiga, which is characterized by long, harsh winters and less than 100 days of frost-free summers. This massive forest is comprised of short coniferous trees which might look stunted or sick, but in fact have always been short and sparse due to the harsh weather and shallow soil above the permafrost. Now we have found our way onto the infamous Dalton Highway, which stretches ahead of us a lengthy 414 miles north to the Arctic Ocean. This road was originally built entirely for industrial purposes, completed in 1974 as part of the pipeline project from the North Slope, which was finished in 1978. Believe it or not, it wasn't even open to the public until 1994. My favorite part of this journey may very well have been crossing the Yukon River. The significance of this nearly 2,000-mile-long river to Alaskan and Canadian history is remarkable. I would love to have traveled by steamboat up this inland waterway back in the midst of the gold rush heyday. Crossing over this bridge gave you a true sense of the magnitude and force of the mighty Yukon. We have always enjoyed our time along the Yukon, and it truly seems as if you can feel the history and understand firsthand the importance it has played in the North Country.
Well, this is not good. Our temperature gauge should not be running that high. Yeah, this is definitely rather interesting because I thought we might have had this problem fixed. Okay, off, back on. That's where the gauge should be reading. All right. Well, we're just going to keep pushing north. We're 160 miles into this trip. It's instrumentation. I kind of hope we had it fixed. Oh, this is not good at all. That thing is pegged hot. Off and back on. Normal. Definitely instrumentation. Hello from the Arctic Circle. All right, this is a pretty big landmark for travelers, and our second time in the truck coming to the Arctic Circle. The first time was last summer on the Dempster. Well, nobody ever said life on the road was easy, and I really thought we had this coolant gauge nipped in the bud, but at least it's instrumentation and the engine is not getting hot. But you can't help but wonder, is it prudent being on this road with an inaccurate gauge?
Into Coldfoot. It's about 6 o'clock at night. I don't think we originally planned on making it all the way to Coldfoot tonight, but the fact that we started having trouble with the truck again kind of made us want to get somewhere where we had phone service and some services again. Gonna grab some fuel. Never did stop and thaw anything out for dinner, so I have no idea what we're gonna eat. But, yeah, here we are, Coldfoot.
Times like these are precisely why we are very happy with these steps of ours. They stay inside the camper and come out when needed, and they are not covered with mud like pretty much everything else. Well, I know we have a refrigerator and a freezer full of food, but it's been a long day, and when I went in the little fuel station, the cafe food smelt pretty good. So yeah, I think tomorrow morning, before we take off, I think we have an electrical thing going on, obviously, but I turn the headlights on and the gauge spikes. I turn the air conditioning on, the gauge spikes. I know weird things happen when you have low voltage. Like, seriously, it's all a guessing game at this point. Do you have any packages that need to be shipped?
No, but it's not a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday either.
But you know what's really cool? Is that a flat rate box can go from anywhere in the country to remote places like this for like $8, depending on the size. Mask up.
Call Ben with complaints. You're gonna get all the complaints, Ben.
Nice little souvenir section with some unique t-shirts and hats from the region. Normally a lot of places up here in the oil industry have buffets, but COVID has changed a lot of that. There you go. Thank you very much. We'll be on the patio. All right, we'll get that too.
So we settled on a cheeseburger and fries for the unhealthy side. And the salad's supposed to be the healthy side, but it has fried chicken on it, so.
Hey, it's a chef salad though.
We're going for good taste tonight.
Considering where we are, it looks pretty amazing.
It's a really good looking meal. So this is a handmade patty, and I gotta tell you, the bun looks pretty darn fresh. That doesn't look like a store-bought bun either, I don't know, but it looks delicious. Yummy.
And I'm jumping into the chef salad. That was so much food, we had to get some to-go boxes. We got a pretty glamorous parking spot tonight, honey.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
It does not matter. And you know why? Because you come in here, you close the door, and it doesn't matter what's outside.
You're home wherever
Yes,
you are.
this is home. Coming up in our next video, I make do with what we have on hand and hope our problem is fixed before climbing the daunting Adigan Pass. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the road.